How's it going? This is going to be the tutorial for today. We're just going to do router configuration, give a host name, give a banner, a little bit more. Let me see here. What else are we going to do? This is going to be our first network, this is our second network, and this is going to be our network in between the routers right here. So let's start off. Let's go in here. We don't need to mess around with any of these device modules because basically we already have it pretty much set up, so we don't have to do anything like that. But if you were going to add like a serial or something else, like a serial port, different things like that, then we would have to go in there, shut it off, put them in, start it back up. But we're good for today, so let's just get right into it. We're going to do this. We're going to go in here, do enable. Whenever you see this configuration or continue with configuration dialog, just hit no, otherwise it's going to kind of bring you in step by step, show you what to do. But we don't have to do that, so we just go right into it. Click EN is for enable. So whenever you do that, if you just here, let me show you. Oops. Go in here, we do enable. You can hit tab just to complete it. And we'll go in here, do configuration mode, and the full command is configure terminal. So a lot of people, you'll see them do like conf t. That'll be that. Okay, so once we're in here, we'll do host name. We'll give this host name, let's see here, router. Let's say router A. There we go, just like that. Then we'll do banner. We'll go in there, configure this. Just give it a simple banner. Just do something like I am router A. There we go. And then we'll finish that with a pound. We'll go over here. Let's do the first interface. We'll go into interface. And then that's what this stands for, is just because if we hit tab right here, it'll finish it off for us, and then you can do it like that, and that's what you're going to type in to get into these different interfaces. And if on your version of Packet Tracer, if you don't see these little labels, you can just go right into here, into options, preferences, and just always show port labels, and turn that on. And then, okay, let's configure this one. Address, and this one will be 10.0.1, and then this is going to be a /30 subnet, so we'll just type that in here. There we go, and then do the no shutdown. It's the full command, and we see that that's up and going. And now let's go over to here. We'll do interface. Right here. So we'll do interface. One, and we'll do the IP address, and the IP address for this one is going to be the first network. We'll use that one. And then this is going to be a /24 address, so if you don't know your subnetting too much, you can kind of just follow along with this for now. But if you have like maybe a chart or something, you can use different networks and just put those in there. But maybe in the future I'll come up with a video for that. And that's going to be /24 right there. And do no shut. There we go. And you see it going up. We got the amber light over there, and then it's going up. So let's switch over to, or actually let's set up the router rip over here. So for every router, you're going to need some type of routing protocol, basically, to kind of share your networks on one router to the next. Because basically over here, this router over here only knows about this network right here. So if we're trying to get from like this PC to this PC could only get to here. Basically, that's about the only one it could get to. And possibly this other interface, but just, yeah, that's about it. And that's all that would happen. We wouldn't be able to get all the way through. We'd only be able to, we could like do see different interfaces and see what would happen if we tried to get through just different pathways and whatnot. But just for, I guess, shortening up this video, we're not going to talk about the whole entire router rip concept with all that. But let's just go ahead and set this up over here. If we just do router rip, just like that, then you see it change from config to router. So then we do version, because we need to select a version, and you can always hit the question mark. If you hit question mark, it'll give you a different all kinds of commands that you can use for the, I guess, the section that you're in the command line. So we typed in router rip, we can hit question mark, and we can see the list of commands that we can type in there. So we see version, that's what we need to do, is the version, and then we do 2, and then even after that you can do it again, it'll show you, and then right here we're going to need a network, so we just hit network, and then we just type in that network, or we type in this network right here, 0, hit this one right here, and we'll do it again. There we go. And that'll be all set up for that one right there. And we can just do end, get out of there. We can save it. To save, you just do WR, or you can do copy, run, start. That's another one. And then it'll save just by hitting enter. There we go. That's 2 different ways to save it like that. And let's see here. Here's a good so when we're first coming in, say for example you mistype enable to first get into your router, it'll say something like this. You can do control shift 6, it'll pop you back out. But to make it so that it doesn't do that at all, you can go, if you go into configure mode, and then you can do no IP domain lookup, and that'll do it so that it won't prompt that question or that statement whenever you do, like if you mistype it, it'll just say unable, instead of like waiting for like forever. You'll wait at least a minute for it to pop you back out whenever it's saying searching domain server or something like that. I forgot what the wording was. Okay, so let's go over here into this router. Got this one all configured, so we're going to do this one over here. And we do no right here, and then we got to do enable. And then we'll do configure terminal. And we give it a host name. So this one will be router B. Oops. There we go. And what else do we have to do? Oh, let's give it a banner. Oops, there has to be a space right there. Banner, so we'll do the banner right here. And we'll do the same thing. We'll just do like I am router B. Here we go, stop that. And what else do we have to do now? Let's go ahead and set this interface right here. And that's the one facing this router. So we do IP add. And then we're going to do 10.0.0.2 and do the same mask. There we go. And then just do the no shutdown command. And we see that it changed state to up. And now we can see the green light, so we're good. Now let's go into this other interface. And we're going to add this IP address. And same mask on this one as well. And then do the no shutdown command. There we go. Now let's add that router rip. And we do the version. And we're going to do the networks. There we go. There we go. So those ones are all done right like that. Let's see here, and then we can just Save our work. If you're already in configuration mode, you can do, and you can do the same commands as when you're outside the configuration mode. So inside configuration, just do before it for the commands that you do outside it. So if we want to show our work and just do, let me show you for example. We're outside the configuration. Normally we would do show run to show the configuration for this router, and we can see that we set our IP addresses. So this is a good way to see what you already set, just like that. And another good command for seeing what different interfaces are set, if you do show IP, it's interface brief, and then you can see we have two interfaces, and you can see that they're up, that they're live and going, and these are their IP addresses, and these are the interfaces. So that's a good troubleshooting tool. Okay, what else were we gonna do? We set the router RIP, so we see that set right there. I think the only thing else we can do, we can set the different computers real quick and make sure we can ping all the way across. So here we go. I'm going to here, do IP. There we go. There we go. Now I'm on set. And I'm going to here. Set this one. There we go. That's all set. Let's see. Let's do some pings. And to, just like you do on a normal computer, if you're used to the command prompt, you can do IP config to see. It's just like a real computer. You can see the, even the MAC address right there. This is our address, subnet, and our default gateway. So now let's try and ping the other side. We'll do ping, and this would be the other side all the way over here that we set up. And there we go. We see it's going immediately. Sometimes every now and then you'll ping it and it'll say timed out or different things, but then you'll see it on maybe like the bottom 3 or the last one. It'll come through, and that's where you can just hit it again, and it'll kind of refresh your ping and kind of show you that you got all of them all the way back. Okay, so I think that's about it for this video. I think the next video I'll come out with is like a SSH and Telnet, and possibly doing passwords. So whenever you come in here, whenever you first log into the router, it'll be asking you for a password, different stuff like that. So I'll get that video out next. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you.